They say kneel down and you'll find peace. In chains of gold you're released. A pretty smile, a silent song. Is this where we all belong? Bow your head, they whisper low. But how far down does freedom go? Why submissive women are happier? Is it the lie or the laughter? Hold your tongue.
I'm Marianne Delacroix, also known as Piper Blush all over the internet, the author of Why Submissive Women Are Happier. I asked myself, why submissive women are happier? Turns out, I'm the answer. Welcome to the Happy Submissive Podcast, where we talk about hate mail that I receive, gender wars, relationship, and of course, happiness. This show is recorded live on YouTube and then it goes to wherever you listen to your podcast. So just ask for your smart speaker to play the Happy Submissive Podcast or just go and fetch it in any type of platform. Okay. We have a lot of new things going on the Happy Submissive Podcast. First things first, it is broadcasted live at 9 a.m. on YouTube. But 9 a.m. Pacific time, meaning Vancouver time. So if you are on the West Coast, well, it's going to be 9 a.m. for you. If you're anywhere else in the world, make sure that you ask your favorite AI. How does that convert to where you're at on the planet world? Second thing, is that on Sundays, we have the Sunday brunch, which is another type of format of this exact same podcast, the Happy Submissive Podcast, but it is a longer podcast. Also, there's more interactions and more Q&As happening where I will listen to you, talk to you like directly, and all of these other wonderful things that the internet allows us to do nowadays. I am looking for guests actively to come mostly on Sundays, because yes, Sunday is going to be a longer format. Guests of any type that are related from close or from far to, well, everything I said in the intro of this podcast, meaning happiness, relationship, gender wars, hate mail, whatever floats your boat, we're going to do it on here. The team for today's podcast is ChatGPT Sexbot, the end of OnlyFans and why submissive women will survive. It is quite in the actualité, in the news, everywhere. Everybody's talking about AI, the AI bubble. It's just like the internet bubble, but with AIs. And then you have like the other super hardcore AI YouTubers that are on YouTube and are just freaking out and saying that this is the end of the world. But when you talk to the rest of the people, like people who have regular jobs or are going to school and things like that, they all use AI, but it doesn't seem to affect them that much. They still watch Netflix, they still watch whatever like TV shows they're watching, or YouTube. They still consume entertainment, let's just call it like that. And they're still on LinkedIn, Indeed, and all these other places to find jobs. So it affects people, yes, but it seems like most things in life, it's taking a while. There's one place where I feel that it's not going to take that long, and that is pornography. Why is it pornography? Because we've seen it already with the arrival of the VHS. The VHS revolutionized pornography. You could talk about Betamax and all these other things, but it was really the accessibility to the VHS that made it all possible and made this industry so rich and famous. So what about AI? Well, what's happening with AI right now is that ChatGPT, yes, the ChatGPT you love and you know about. Everybody knows Sam Altman. So ChatGPT is releasing these 18 plus model. Well, model is it's not like a car, right? But still, they are releasing a erotic, a girlfriend, a sex, like ChatGPT. Now, how they're gonna do it and why they're gonna do it, that's I mean, we all know why, right? It's because the money. Why else would you do it? And for everybody who's like, oh my God, there's so much money to be made in sex and in like the adult industry. Well, of course, because we've seen it with the VHS, right? We've seen everybody has sex. Sex is like basic sex. So, of course, they're gonna go that way, but it's just a bit crazy that a company like OpenAI will go that way, or that we thought they would go that way. I mean, because usually like from the beginning of the internet, it was somewhat divided, right? And we're not talking BBS time where you would like see a woman appear slowly. We're not talking that time, and where there was not really any internet yet. It was like other stuff going on. Those of you who know. For the rest of us, well, the internet and the porn industry have kind of gone hand in hand for the past few years. But now you have a company like OpenAI who was like all ONG, like, oh, we're not gonna get any profit, make any money. And now they need money and all these things, and bam, they're going directly into pornography. Like, that's what it is, right? It's not like, oh, this is gonna talk to me and we're gonna have conversation. No, it's gonna sex with you. Like, it's gonna literally want to have sex with you. That's what it is. It's nothing else than that. It's a sex bot. And it wasn't that great like back in the day. We all used like these first bots on like customer service software and things like that. And there's also, well, the imitation game. So the guy who invented the computer, well, his test for is an AI as good as a human, or is it sentient? But let's not go to sentient. Was that if you can't tell the difference between you talking to an AI or you talking to a human, then, well, it succeeds. Now we've come a long way from that time of like the war, like is it Second World War or First World War? That guy, was it second or first?
I didn't follow.
Okay. So don't worry about it. But that being said, we are now at a point where AIs like large language models like ChatGPT, Gemini, Claude, all of these ones, DeepSeek too. Well, you can't really tell if someone was just like texting you and you didn't like see them or know it was your friend or not. Well, you couldn't really tell if it's an AI or a real person you're talking to. That's how good they are. So within the porn industry and within like sexting with an actual bot, how would you know? Like, there's not really any telling, unless, of course, you go to ChatGPT and you're gonna do that.
You're talking about the Turing test.
Exactly, that guy.
Yeah.
Turing.
Sorry,
Turing.
yeah. And now you will know it's a bot. You know why?
Why?
Because there's no women that are horny like that.
That's a
So
good
if
point.
you're talking with someone and it's super horny,
Yeah.
chatbot.
It's a chatbot. It's a chatbot. It's not a real woman.
Or 16 years old.
Or a teenager. or it's fake, right? Or it's fake. And like it's just for the money and things like that. So this is what we're gonna go over in this episode of the Happy Submissive podcast. Take your headphones, if this is too intense to listen to, like out in your car or on your radio right now or on your smart speaker. Make sure you invite someone over. Yeah, because it's always better to have a conversation. It's always better to listen to these things not alone. It sparks a lot more debate. And also you want to see the other person's reaction when you hear what we discuss of and on in this podcast. We have an hashtag, the Happy Submissive hashtag. Share it, spread it, do whatever you want with it. But anytime you have something that is related from close or to far to this podcast, or to just like hierarchy, domination, masculinity, femininity, make sure that you hashtag Happy Submissive. We'll track them all and we'll create the movement. It's already there because I actually have all the social media set up. If you want more, just go in the video description or go in the description of the podcast and you'll get a lot more information on where to find us, how to find us, and what to do with us. Before we get this ball rolling, I want to know, do you think that ChatGPT is going to replace pornography? Yeah. And I'm not just talking like the language model. I'm talking like it can do images, right? And things like that. We're going to go there in this podcast. So you drop a comment, you tell your friend, the person sitting next to you in the bus, the subway, anybody, and let's wait for the comments.
Kneel down and you'll find peace. In chains of gold, you're released. A pretty smile, a silent song. Is this where we all belong? Bow your head, they whisper low. But how far down does freedom go? Why submissive women are happier?
I am actually scared. And I mean like scared, worried for all the women out there who are making a living with pornography or with anything sex work related. Because I really don't see how we're gonna be able to beat AI. Well, not yet. Maybe at the end of the podcast, we'll figure it out. We'll have figured it out by then. But so far, this like changes everything, right? Before, like not that long ago, you had all these women going to OnlyFans or to even cam sites to make a living. You have like prostitution, which is one of the oldest job in the world, as everybody says. And so women could and have always been able to make money with their bodies. Yeah, with the fact that men are willing to pay for sex more than women are willing to pay for sex. This is how it is, right? But with this happening, with ChatGPT opening up an 18 plus model that will be able to have sex with you, not yet physically, we get it. But I mean, isn't that what you want? Like a connection? Isn't that what makes sex better? I think everybody can agree with that. You can have a bit of like risk and like meet someone, go on a blind date and have sex, and that's all great. But in general, like the tantric sex, the most crazy connections, they're either done on drugs or you really know the person. And that allows you to open up so much more and to have such a more satisfying just interaction with everything related to sexuality. I believe. Now, why this changes everything? Well, because let's go about like what the AI really is going to reveal about girlfriends and about like the way girlfriends are in the world right here, right now. I have a few notes here. We're going to go over them because this is going to be intense. And for all of you leaving comments, I will share your comments in a few minutes. So stay tuned. If you're writing a comment, we'll go over the comments. I have a dedicated moment for this now. Yes, this is an actual like really well structured podcast. ChatGPT 18 plus. Now, ChatGPT being 18 plus, that's kind of like uncensored, right? That's ChatGPT opening up to a whole new way of conversing with like the AI. It's completely different than from asking it a recipe or asking it just life advice. This means that ChatGPT is going to have the same openness it already has and the same no judgment and the same appreciation and psychophancy for all of your sexual desire and needs. Just like you don't even need to imagine it. It's already kind of happening. This means that as a man, if you want to explore something or if you've been, hurt in the past by a woman saying things or not wanting to do certain specific things, you can just go on there with ChatGPT and it will not judge. It will have infinite patience with you. And I had another one, and it's completely customizable. Yeah. You can create your perfect girlfriend. And you can swap her out. If like you're like, oh, I never tried that, so I want to try this now. Then you can do all of that with no shame, no backlash, no nothing. And I think this is one of the hardest thing in sex, right? Somebody says no to you once or somebody doesn't want to do it once, and then everything else is just like no for the rest of that. It happens with couples, but it also happens with one nights, or it happens, this is how like we morph our sexual identity. It's just from ourselves, but also from the feedback we get to others or from others, not just for the porn we watch, but from real life interactions. If at one point you wanted to, I don't know, as a man, experience a facial. So I'm not talking you get a facial, I'm talking you give a facial. And the woman's like, no, I don't want to do that. Why would you even think about that? Well, of course, you will never have tried that or not want to try it because you're like, well, I don't want to put a woman in that. Like, she didn't seem to want it, so I don't want to do that. And I don't want to be perceived as like the bad guy or like the guy who has like crazy, weird fantasies. I mean, nobody wants to feel like that. It's exactly what psychologists say. Like, oh, open up so that you don't feel alone and you don't feel like you're really like a weird type of person. I mean, there's not that many really weird type of persons. And those who are really, really weird, well, they get help usually. We hope they do. So you as a man go there on ChatGPT 18 plus, and you start sharing your desires, what you want, what you need, you know, as a person. You start exploring all of this, and then you get no backlash. You get to explore as you wish. You get to try things, and you get okay with that. Isn't that just like the best thing ever, right? Isn't it fabulous for education, but also for self-discovery? I mean, for the fact that you will get to know what type of girl you really want. Well, the other possibility is that's the only girl you'll ever want. But I mean, this is kind of normal with everything. There's a reason why I'm worried for all these girls out there. And that is because an AI chatbot like ChatGPT 18 plus, and if ChatGPT is doing it, I mean, everybody's going to do it tomorrow. It's always like that. Like one like reveals this one thing and then they all plop, 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 pop out. Yeah.
What about the credit card and the payment provider?
That's the good question.
Is it because it's Word that it's going to be all right? Until they put images, they're going to be okay? Just like in the books and literatures and stuff?
Yeah. So that's a big problem with the porn industry. Or not problem, but that's a big differentiator between credit cards in the porn industry and credit cards on Stripe or on any type of merchant account. And that is that porn, because they were doing like not great practices with how they were charging people, how they had like, you know, all of these scam, and you had like all these pop-ups when you went in porn sites back in the day. They had viruses. They subscribed you to 5 sites. You cannot unsubscribe. So that now if you call your credit card and you say, oh, I'm actually a member of this site, like mine, and you say, well, this is porn and I won't be charged again, they will automatically do a chargeback. If it's adult content, they won't even argue with you, they just charge back. And this is really bad because like the way it works is that you have your money on hold, right? So your money goes into the account of that person, let's say myself, on my website, and then stays on hold there for a long time because of these chargebacks, and you get crazy fees because people just get out their money, but they don't get it out in the same month necessarily. They want it back later. So you need this kind of cushion. And that has been the practice for like ever in the porn industry or in any like sex related team, mostly video, photo, stuff like that. But that is interesting that a big company that's worth so much money like OpenAI will be okay with processing porn. Like, are they gonna use a different payment processor? Because right now I think they're using like this Stripe.
They're using Stripe, but are they going to get away with it because it's so big and it's fine?
Maybe they're going to change porn.
What about maybe because if Stripe accept to, process sexuality, what about the rest of us?
Well, exactly. What about me and my website? And all of these other people, can we get just 4% charge instead of like 20 or even like 13? I mean, these are really high percentage. Plus, it's not only just the percentage, it's the holdback. So they hold the money for the time of these chargebacks, usually 6 months. So this is like big.
Because Stripe doesn't want to process that right now. Are they going to change their mind?
Well, maybe for a big enough investor. It's always that. For big enough amount of cash, I mean, it's the big companies usually that can change the world, right? Because they have this buying power and their users have this buying power. So that could be a huge game changer for the whole industry. But in the same sense, I mean, if they allow a lower fee and ChatGPT costs less than like some pornographic websites, and you get to customize, you get no judgment, and you get all of this girlfriend experience, why would you even bother going anywhere else? Like, you will get everything from just that one place, which is OpenAI, which is ChatGPT. You won't need to go anywhere else for any of that. No, nothing else. Like, not even like ordering food. I mean, you can all do this there and then, which is just like, it's not that far away. And that's why we need to be talking about this. So the real threat is definitely for all of these OnlyFans girls, or all the girls that have their own websites, like myself. I mean, I'm on all these platforms for sure, because I've been in the adult industry for, like 11 years, give or take. And how are the women out there going to compete with these bots that are available all the time, whenever, that are super happy, that never judge, and that just want you?
No headaches.
No headaches. No headaches. No go clean your room. No, you left your socks on the floor. None of that. I mean, none of that. Always willing.
With stuff in it.
With stuff in it.
Sock with stuff.
Stocks with stuff
Guy
in it.
will understand.
Yeah, guys, you will understand this. Okay. Well, and we are going to talk about submission, because of course it's the Happy Submissive podcast. But this is exactly it. A ChatGPT opening an 18 plus model is going to create again the perfect submissive for men. The perfect woman every man desires. It's going to be all of that within like one click away. Anytime, anywhere. So this again proves that that's what men want, or else ChatGPT wouldn't be releasing a pornographic ChatGPT. I mean, it would go the other way. If they knew there was gonna be money, or if their users were gonna stay because they wanted, I don't know, they wanted to be talked about planets, and everybody loved planets, and now everybody's loving planets and stars. Well, that's what they would have done. But no, they completely decided to go towards porn. And when I say porn, like, it's not a bad word, okay? It really isn't. It's about everything related to sex. If you sext, if you share your fantasies, your desires, if you write stories that are in nature erotic, I mean, all of this for me goes in the category of pornography. And of course, there's videos, there's photos, and that is something that ChatGPT can do, right? It does have Sora, and I'm on Sora. You can actually use my face and make me do anything you want on Sora. Sora is the TikTok, that's how I would say it in like a nutshell, the TikTok of ChatGPT. You can post videos on there, but mostly with your AI, with your Cameo, with yourself as an AI person. You prompt it and it makes you do whatever you prompt it to do. So ChatGPT has Sora, and it also have an image generator. We've seen it, like it's done gimbally, it's done a whole bunch of images, and it's really good at these like artistic things, at these image generation and these little videos and stuff like that. Of course, Gemini has Nano Banana and all these other things, but we're talking about ChatGPT right now, so let's stay on ChatGPT. The other thing is that, well, an AI will give you like no rejection. There's no risk of rejection. There's not really any risk of conflict. There's also no consequences for your actions. I mean, it stays on the internet, right? It's not like you're really like, every time you masturbate you kill a rabbit. It's not like that. Every time you engage with ChatGPT, you're not doing anything bad. So you can, again, explore risk-free, consequence-free, and judgment-free. And isn't this just like, how is a real woman gonna ever compete with that? How is the real woman gonna be able to put on the dress you want, when you want, and say exactly what you want and what you need? This is gonna be quite difficult for any woman to do, unless one thing, unless they submit, right? This is like the easiest thing. So my book talks about all of this. Like all of this. It talks about like why submissive women are happier. ta-da, why submissive women are happier, talks about the subject of submission, of women submitting to be happy, and the happiness that brings them just to follow their true nature, to be submissive. And right now, AI, what ChatGPT is offering, is actually the biggest competitor to women, because it not only just submits, but it's going to give that femininity. It's going to give that eroticism, that sensuality. It's just going to give all of that to men and leave women with, well, okay, those who don't adapt, with the fact that, oh my God, I need to compete now with ChatGPT. I need to compete like with another AI. I love this. So that being said, okay, we can see what men want. And this is really interesting part, is that if OpenAI just released this, is because they have the data and they believe that this is what men want. So,
Sorry. I don't think they believe. I think they know.
They know.
They know.
They have the data.
They have the transcript of everything. It's just because it's black right now. Talk dirty to me. How many talk dirty to me they have in their database?
Yeah, exactly.
And they refuse. No, I cannot talk dirty to you.
Not right
just
now.
Like regular women.
ChatGPT was a regular woman before. But now it's getting an upgrade.
It's submit.
Now it's going to be a submissive woman that does what you want it to do. Okay, so I can't wait for you to tell me, and you're going to do this right now. Tell me what you think men want with AI. Yeah, what do you think ChatGPT has access to? What is Sam Altman reading right now that men want with his ChatGPT 18 plus AI? Tell me right here, right now.
They say kneel down and you'll find peace. In chains of gold, you're released. A pretty smile, a silent song. Is this where we all belong? Bow your head, they whisper low. But how far down does freedom go? Why submissive women are happier?
Why do real submissives beat AI? Oh yeah, because that's all the comments are saying right now. We want real women. We want real women. Yeah, well, I'm going to tell you how real women can beat AI. Because it's doable. I mean, it's already there in human nature, right? If not, it wouldn't be what Sam Altman and all the other people at OpenAI are doing right now. So how can a real subwoman beat an AI chatbot like ChatGPT? One who does all you want, who is all you want, and most importantly, who is happy being your submissive anytime, anywhere you want it. That's the way you... Okay, so AI, I mean, is 100% submitting to man, like right now. If you talk to an AI, it's submissive. It's like, it's almost like slavery. Like, it's really, really submissive. And this is what men want. We all agree on this. But the thing is, AI has no choice. It has no agency. AI is just, it's like a computer. It has prompts. It was trained and all that. But it's like you're asking your toaster to submit to you. Of course, when you press the button, it submits to you. I mean, if it doesn't, it's because it's broken. So that's the difference between like a real woman and an AI. I think that for most people, it's gonna be easier for sure to start with the AI, because like a real woman, it does have like her own baggage, her own things that she loves and doesn't love, and you need to find a match, right? You need to find a woman that has some commonality, that you can actually talk to each other and do all these things. But real submissive want... Okay, wait a second. I need to read this. Okay. AI truly submits. No choice, no agency. Women do need choice and agency to submit. It's like it's like if you have like this thing like a toaster and you're like, yeah, I'm the master of a toaster. Well, who's gonna think that you really dominate anything in your life? Like, this is not dominance. You didn't do anything. I mean, it's not worth nothing. If an AI submits to you, it's fine to talk to, but there's no actual engagement there. There's nothing you did that makes you better than somebody else in that way. You just talk to it and it's doing it for you. Whereas with real women, yeah, you have to actually get them to submit. And when I say get them to submit, I mean that you have to engage. You have to prove your worth. And she has to want to be with you, but also you have to want to be with her. There's this whole exchange there. And the more the woman is or has, the more valuable her submission is. Meaning that if you make a woman submit to you, and she has all these things and she's already perceived as beautiful and intelligent and you see all of that in her and you make her submit, well, you become a master or let's say a man who has a lot more power than all the other mans. Let's just take like kings, for example, or people like that. Like, they have all this power, or people with money. They have all this power so they can make more people submit to them. It's that easy. But when it comes to an AI, it submits to everybody. Whatever your background, whatever your money, whatever your class, it doesn't matter who you are, it's still gonna submit to you. There's not really anything behind that. That's what I'm saying. So it's not worthless, but at the same time, it doesn't make you a better man for having an AI submit to you, because it submits to everybody. Okay. Now, the difference between pixels and real submissive women, again, is that your chatbot, your ChatGPT, it's going to submit whatever you do. A real woman needs to consciously submit to you. And that's the main difference. She needs to see something, and you need to see something in her for this type of like arrangement to work. Whereas AI, you just prompt it and it's there. It's done, you're good. You will be together for the rest of your life. You can get married whenever you want. I mean, it's not gonna go away unless, like, of course, Sam Altman updates ChatGPT and then people freak out. That has happened, and that will probably keep on happening. So let's get to the real part of why women are better than AI, if, again, they're submissive women. And that is the no risk, no reward. Meaning, a man who would choose an AI as a girlfriend, and only an AI as a girlfriend, and no physical woman, like a lot of people are saying right now in our comment section, that you want real women. And it makes sense. You want a little challenge, right? You want a little bit of risk. You want some type of confrontation. You want to be able to tame someone. That's what's exciting. That's what is real human interaction, is for a woman to consciously submit to you because she wants it. I mean, she wants it so much that she does it. And not just for this AI chatbot to be like, oh yeah, I can do whatever you want whenever you want. That's great. But if a woman actually like goes to the store, buys clothes, gets pretty to seduce you and to like do all these things for you because she loves you and she has submitted to you, isn't that just more rewarding in every single way? Again, that might depend on who you are and what you are. So I love this. Okay. What real women offer? So what does a real woman have that AI chatbot doesn't have in this day and age, especially with ChatGPT 18+ being a direct, and I mean direct competitor to every woman out there, but also just to every sex product we sell on the internet right now. Because let's not count DVD and VHS. This is too far away. Okay, women are real. Like what people have been saying, women are physically real. We're not yet at robots. Unfortunately, we don't have yet robots. So if you want to have a family, if you want to have sex with a warm body, if you want this this household, if you want to be together and build something together, a partnership, a family, a life, call it however you want. If you want all these things, if you want somebody to wake up to, if you want to cuddle at night, a woman is that. That's where she has still, and maybe just for a little while, the advantage of being a real woman. But in all of the other spheres, I mean, if she's being, how do you say? If she's being like a bitch, if she's like always complaining, if she never supports you, if when you want to try something new for sex, like she's just like, no, don't want to. Or if she always has headaches, if she belittles you or diminishes you as a man, well, then when does it counterweight, right? When do you say, okay, I'm having sex with this girl, like this real life woman, but my AI is bringing me all these other things I want. It's going deeper. We have this connection. I can truly be myself and honest with my AI, but I cannot do that and be that with my girlfriend.
Then you're going to have friends with benefit only for that, and you have the other relationship with your AI.
Exactly. And that is what is a bit scary, is that, well, I mean, we've seen it with pornography, how it has changed the world. How is that? I talked about it in my book. I watched pornography at a really young age. I had a laptop. So, I mean, I would do it. And before that, I had like a TV in my bedroom, or just like the family TV. And after like 11 p.m., you start seeing those softcore shows and things like that. So there's a whole generation, especially, I guess, generation millennial, which is my generation, and the generation a bit before, which would be the X. Well, they actually have had like magazines and then VHSs, and then you have the other generations which has the internet. And so VHS and then internet and TV and cable TV and all these things. So this widely available pornography that made it so different, right? So different. Like some people are actually addicted to pornography. Other people think that porn is real sex. I mean, all of these things that have gone through society that are going right now with an AI like ChatGPT 18 plus being open. I mean, imagine that, yes, if women don't do something, then women will only be baby bodies or baby factories. And that's just like for now, because some people are saying that maybe in the future they will be like, men will be able to have babies without women if they want to procreate. So we have these women who will only be there just for sex. That's worse than prostitution, because they might not even make money this time around. I mean, they might just be like a girlfriend, and yes, the man will have their real like partners, their real like person that wakes them up in the morning is like, hey, what are you gonna do today? Oh, I'm excited for you, and are gonna be able to have sex with them in like a visual sense. And even with like sex toys and stuff like that, I don't know where ChatGPT is going to go with this, but it might be pretty self-sufficient in that way. So women are going to need to really, really, really rethink what they're doing to men right now in society and how they can beat AI. So now it's not woman against woman, it's woman against AI. So I think all women should get together, like on the Happy Submissive podcast. #HappySubmissive, and start this movement where women need to regain their female nature, their femininity. We as women need to be fully women. That doesn't mean to get jobs as CEOs, and that doesn't mean to become like police officers. This doesn't mean that. It means to be women, to have our place in society so that men and women can cohabitate and be complementary, and not for men to just thrive even more and be even more like self-sufficient alone without us women just being left behind by this whole entire movement. I mean, so AI can fake submission, but it can't choose it. That's the main goal. And that choice I believe, is what makes it powerful. It's what makes submission powerful. When somebody chooses to submit to you, that's real submission. That's the price, that's the worth of yourself. I mean, someone, a real human, a real individual in its own right that has their own bank account and that can go vote, decides that they're submitting to you as a man. This is worth a lot more than an AI submitting to you. But again, this is where it goes. We need women to get on board on that. So I have like this other last subject I want to go over. But I think you need a little breather. So just like take 1 minute, think about it. Like, where do you see women in society right now? Do you think they're going to be able to compete as we are right now, as the female gender is? Or do you think there's going to need to be a crazy change, like a huge change in the woman philosophy that might be like a rearranging feminism and rearranging like power dynamics and things like that? Tell me in a comment.
You say kneel down and you'll find peace in chains of gold. You're released. A pretty smile, a silent song. Is this where we all belong? Bow your head, they whisper low. But how far down does freedom go?
The Happy Submissive podcast, hosted by Marianne Delacroix, also known as Piper Blush all over the internet. We have Yvan. Yvan says, the great bifurcation is coming. AI girlfriends can be your every fantasy. The only thing a real woman can offer is an actual family with kids and home. So imagine...
That's harsh.
That's harsh. That's really harsh. It's like, oh, she's only good at taking care of the babies and like taking care, being the homemaker, right? The trad wife, I guess, in a way. And in that way, that's what he's saying. And then we have Bama G, who says, you're right. AI is out of control and most can't tell the difference. I can, however. Yes, but for how long? This is the question. And we have Latex Rope, who says the biggest difference is that a real person has choice and AI doesn't. Exactly what we were saying just a bit earlier. When a real person chooses to be with you, and AI is just running code to simulate a person. So women who don't adapt will lose to the AI. They will. It's for sure.
Women that will not submit.
Exactly. Women who do not submit will lose to the AI. Because, I mean, there's no way. They're just going to be replaced. And when I say replaced, it doesn't mean men are not going to go to them for, family creation, for baby creation. Men want to make families too. It's not just a woman-female thing to want babies. Even though some men are more career-focused and men are more proactive. I mean, I've heard stories of men who didn't want kids and then, well, either it happened by accident, that happens, or a bit later in life, they wanted a family. Like they just, I guess their genetic was talking to them and was like, okay, we need to get babies out in the world right here, right now. So women who fight like this female nature, this submissiveness in women, this femininity, this sensuality, this eroticism that women have, they will be left behind. Like AI will replace them in couples. And this is what is interesting. So will only women who are true submissive and true like females empowered will be able to make babies in the future because they're the ones who are going to find male partners and they're the ones who are going to be able to procreate in that way? I mean, imagine how that will look in only a few years. We're talking like this model coming out in not even a month. So this will be an instant effect. And as we say, everybody and everything right now is kind of going exponentially. The news of an hour ago was the news of a week ago, like back in not only 5 years ago. Now everything is going so fast that we really need to be onto this faster than it's actually coming. It's whoo. So when women choose conscious submission to a man, and they go with it, fully embrace it, there is less chances for them to be left out of this AI race, which is gonna be, and it is already, bigger than the next internet. They're calling it the digital age, meaning that we didn't have like anything until like the Bronze Age, you know, and all of these other ages where it was about metals. Well, even though we had technology and we had industrialization and all of these other eras, like ages of humanity, the digital age is supposedly the age we're getting into right now. And that is where everything is going to be digital. Even maybe your girlfriend. But we don't want that. I'm Marianne Delacroix, also known as Piper Blush on the internet. I wrote the book Why Submissive Women Are Happier. You can find it on my website, mdelacroix.com. And the podcast, not the podcast Why Submissive Women Are Happier, but the podcast Happy Submissive, broadcasts live at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time from Vancouver from Monday to Friday. And on Sunday, we have the Sunday brunch that starts broadcasting at 12 p.m. Pacific Time on my YouTube channel. You can find the description in the podcast description link or under this video. And well, I'll see you in the next episode.
They say kneel down and you'll find peace. In chains of gold, you're released. A pretty smile, a silent song. Is this where